What's your name and where are you currently based?
My name is Patricia Lane, and I currently live in North Bethesda, Maryland.
Beautiful. So, Patricia, prior to joining WCA, what would you say was the biggest problem or the biggest challenge in your life, and how was that affecting you?
What was the biggest? The biggest challenge is I guess I chose, after today's session, I better use the right words. I chose to allow my job to take over my life, as a result of which I have not done the things that I said I would do for myself. Specifically in the last, say, 4 months. Well, the job has become much more busy, and so I just delved into it. I would work way more hours than I should, as a result of which I put my own business aside, which is to my detriment, I realize. I had originally set a date of October 15th to leave my job. October 15th, that we just passed there. And when the date was getting close, I'm like, this is not possible. I cannot do it because I didn't do what I was supposed to do for myself. I have since set a date, and after leaving WCA, I'm going to implement everything that I can to make that date happen, which I gave myself 6 months. Someone told me I should give myself a year. So just in case, give yourself a year. So just in case you didn't quite make the 6 months, you won't start beating up on yourself.
Just to keep you accountable, this is recorded, okay? So next year, Patricia, you said that.
Right.
I know which date it is.
Right.
Good. So now then, you made it here, you made it all the way to Thailand. What would you say surprised you the most and made you the happiest about being part of this experience?
When I made the decision, when I, had made the decision to come, 2 months, I think, prior to getting here, I started saying, I can't go. I don't have the monies. I don't have money to buy the ticket. And I'm like, you've done many things before, as everybody usually says. I don't know how you do it, but you do it. So I had to talk to myself, figure a way. There were lots of, I don't want to call them tests or fears that came up. As a matter of fact, I called the travel agent that I bought my ticket from and said, oh, I don't think I can go because I noticed that the State Department sent out a list of countries that we should not be visiting. She's like, where did you get that information? That's not correct. I thought, okay, I got over that one. Here's the other thing. I refused to tell anyone that I was going to Thailand except my siblings and one friend. All because I had such fear about coming. And I don't know why that fear was coming up. So when my friend said, so how are you getting to the airport? Because I can't really take you, I have to work that day. She said, you know what, but I'll make arrangements for somebody to get you to the airport. When she asked me, I behaved as though I wasn't even traveling the next day because I was in still such fear mode. I believe, though, it was one of the greatest experiences because I didn't realize how much fear I was experiencing in my life. But coming to Thailand showed them all up. I have a fear of this, a fear of that. Oh, what if this happens? What if something happens on the plane? The airline, I don't know, I've never heard of that airline. And one of the best experiences I had was traveling on that airline. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Even the flight was one of the smoothest flights that I've ever had. One would believe that I had never been on a plane before, the way I was behaving. I'm like, you know how many times you've flown? What is wrong with you? I mean, I really had to talk myself into it. It's going to be a great experience. You're going to learn a lot about yourself so that you can get to the next level.
So it sounds like you kind of went through the whole WCA, pre-WCA, like
right,
and everything.
That's very true. And one of the things that I realized how much the fear mode I was in. So I landed in Bangkok, stayed there for a couple of days. and decided I would go to it, Ancient City, and I went elephant riding. Now, I have never done that before. I sent a photo to my siblings, and they were like, "What? You went elephant riding?" The next thing I did pre-WCA to prepare me is I went horseback riding for the first time on Tuesday, Tuesday evening. I thought that was interesting. My first hurdle, though, getting to the place wasn't the thing. Getting on the horse was my challenge. And I'm like, okay, now you can do this. You've done other things. You can get on that horse. And I had 3 of the other WCA persons who were with me, and they're like, yes, you can. Because they realized that I was in fear mode, and I'm like, you can do this. You did not come this far to say you cannot do something, so get on there. And I did. It was one of the greatest experiences I've had.
There you go. They say amazing things happen on the other side of the fear.
Of the fear.
You experience. So on that note, then, in terms of WCA, what would you say has been the biggest aha moment or the biggest breakthrough that you have experienced so far?
I think when Tim started talking about fear, I'm like, oh, was he reading my mind? Because I recognized that I probably wasn't the only one who had some fear, and that I really need to release that fear so I could get to the next level. Because what it is doing is I'm holding myself back. And so many of my WCA family mentioned that they recognize that I'm holding myself back, so I need to let it go. Whatever it is that's holding me back, I need to let it go.
Absolutely. So on that note then, for people who are watching this and they see you doing all of those incredible things and they think, oh my God, this woman is unstoppable, but they feel like they would want to do the same, but maybe they feel afraid, or maybe they feel like, well, you can do it, but I could never do it. What would you say to that person that is currently watching this and holding themselves back and not actually making it happen for themselves?
What I would say to them is, on the other side of fear is what it's the gift. It's a gift that you would receive. So you really need to just take one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. When you think you can't do something, you can do it. Here's a thing that I experienced. On Monday, we went, I don't remember where we went. Anyway, we went on a tour, and I had just flown in. I had slept, 2 hours, and there were all these steps to this temple right here in Kuzmui. And I said to one of them, I said, you know what, I'm not going up there. I did not sleep. I did not eat. I'm hungry. I'm not going up the stairs. And something within me said, you need to go up those stairs. I don't care what you do, you find the energy and go up those stairs. It was the most breathtaking views I've ever had. So I would say to you, just rise above that fear that's holding you back and know that there's a gift waiting for you on the other side.